this is one of the segments that I told y'all about. When I was telling y'all about the memberships, and we gotta
Yeah.
talk about not so average top five. So what that means is, Joe, the floor is yours.
Floor is mine.
Yes,
Oh, we
sir.
going full screen it. All right, y'all. Listen, y'all know the NBA season is over, and I did my not so average top five. Maybe what 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and we had a certain lineup. We had certain people on here that might not even be on here this time. So we got an updated version of not your average top five, and we're gonna kick it off with number five. So number five, Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum. Joe, why is Tatum top? Why is Tatum in the top five? Why is he? Why is he five? Best player on the best team. What else, Joe? That's all I got for you. Number four. All right. Number four, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson is number four on the MVP list. All right. Now, what I like about Jalen Brunson is this: number one, number two seed in the East. I'm a big component on you have to have a high seed to be an MVP unless you do something super historic that we haven't seen in a long time. So, and that's why Westbrook won it late because of his triple doubles, and Jokic won with a 60, I believe, because the people that qualified didn't play enough games, so he was the next one in line. But Jalen Brunson is an MVP candidate, and he's fourth. Jalen Brunson this year, 28 points a game, 28.7 to be exact. He's third in scoring. Sorry, fourth in scoring. But 6.7 assists, 3.6 rebounds, and he's eighth in PER. What I like about his case is he dealt with injuries all year. I said this on the last episode. Julius Randle missed 36 games. OG, out of the 50 games he could have played with them, he missed 27. Mitchell Robinson missed 51 games. And they still finished with the number two seed. That's ridiculous in the East. All right. They improved from last year. Last year, they were the sixth seed, and they improved to the second seed this year. So that's big. They improved this year. So I got him at number four. At number three, and 3 through 1 was close. But number three, I gotta go with Luka. Sorry, Kev. Luka's number three. Luka could have easily been MVP if he was just top three. But he's five. I'm sorry. He had a chance to get number four, but they opted him out to sit out the last few games, and they just stuck with the fifth seed. I get it. You're playing safe for the playoffs, but it costs you the MVP potentially. All right. So, Luka though, historic season, 33.9 points per game, which is first in the NBA. First Mavericks in history to win a scoring title. That's historic right there. 9.8 assists a game, second in NBA in assists while being first in points. That's amazing. 9.2 rebounds a game, which is first amongst guards easily, right? And he's sixth in double doubles, third in triple doubles, fifth in PER. So Luka statistically is an MVP statistically, but he was a fifth seed. Like I said, if they were at least a third seed, you could have gave it to Luka, but he's not the third seed. He's not. He don't even have home court advantage in the first round. So how can I give him MVP if he's not even home court advantage? He got to go to LA first. So I'm gonna have him at three. At number two, this is gonna surprise me right here. Jokic. Jokic at number two. Jokic right now is averaging 26.4 a game, which is 10th in NBA. 9 assists a game, which is third in NBA. 12.4 rebounds, which is fourth in NBA. So he's the only one in his MVP ballot that's top 10 in points, assists, and rebounds. All right. He's also second in double doubles behind Sabonis, second in triple doubles behind Sabonis. He has the 19th usage rate while doing this, by the way, which is awesome, I believe. And he's second in PER behind Joel Embiid. So if you take out Joel Embiid, he's number one in PER. And usually the number one PER person usually wins MVP. But he's not number one technically, it's Joel Embiid. All right. But the reason why Jokic fell off number one to me is because they didn't secure that number one seed. The Nuggets came out and said, we want the number one seed. That's what they said. They won it. And they beat Minnesota and turned around and gave up a 20-plus lead over the San Antonio Spurs and lost by a game-winning buzzer. And Jokic missed a game-winning mid-range jump shot. Like a game-sealing, my bad. Like they were up by 1. A game-sealing mid-range jump shot. He missed it. And the Spurs elected to call timeout, ran the floor, and then they shot a game-winning layup. So the way they ended, like now obviously they I think they have the second best record since All-Star break outside of the Boston Celtics. I get you that, right? That just shows you a sense of urgency of getting number 1 seed. But they fumbled the number 1 seed last second, and I'm sorry, they were number 2. Jokic didn't have a super historic season. He didn't, and they were number 1 seed. So I got him at number 2. And number 1, first time on Now You Average Top 5. Number 1 is SGA. And then SGA is number 1, y'all. All right. SGA averaging 30 points a game, which is third in NBA, while shooting 53% as a guard. That's tough right there. All right. He's second in steals in the NBA, which is he's really tied with De'Aaron Fox per game, but him and Fox both have 150 steals, but Fox played 1 less game than him. So that's why Fox got the edge. But he's right there with Fox in steals per game. He averaged 2 steals a game, right? He's 4th in PER, which PER is a big stat when it comes to MVP. And 49 games scoring 30 or more points. 49 games a season. So SGA he did a good job. And how he ended the season was good. Y'all know that SGA didn't play for a while. The OKC Thunder lost 4 games in a row, and they lost the number 1 seed. Lost 4 games in a row. He comes back, and they go on a 5-game winning streak to end the season. Right? His first game back, he plays against the Sacramento Kings, who's desperate to get this victory to stay in the play-in. What does he do? He drops 40-plus points and get them a dub while being down by 20. So his play, he led this team all the way through from start to finish. He was clearly their best player all the way through from start to finish. He was the driving force for this team, clearly start from finish. They were not the same without him. Like I said, they went on a 4-game losing streak. So I got SGA at number 1. And lastly, the reason why he's number 1, because the youngest team to be the number 1 seed in the West, y'all, in the West, since the 05 Mavs. That's dope. We talking about Nuggets. All these teams, they the number 1 seed. So those are not whoever's top 5. Feedback.
Just had to let that marinate for a second because Kev going off in the comments.
What are you talking about?
The same. That's an average night. Okay. I mean,
okay.
You made a great point for each person on this list. I just like Teddy's reaction to number 5. Because technically you could swap those two because Tatum does have the best record in the East.
I could swap who?
4 and 5.
I went for Teddy to say something. Go ahead. I know Teddy got something to say about that.
Yeah, you can finish, Tomo. Yeah.
I was going to say they got the best record in the East. They got the best record in the league. So the fact that I know what Jalen Brunson has done with the Knicks and how he has performed, Jason Tatum's team is better in the East. I know what you want to say about stats, but without Jason Tatum's numbers, the Celtics don't finish at number 1 in the East. They don't have the record that they have in the league. So you can swap 4 and 5. Now 3 through 2, now 3 to 1, I'm gonna let my other Mavs fan fight that fight because I like what you got here. Because technically, the seeding, and of course we go with numbers, seeding, it all plays into how you want MVP and how we look at it. We already know what the NBA gonna do. They gonna give it to Joker. Like we see what OKC is, but they gonna give it to Joker. But your list, I like it though. My only gripe, I mean, we gonna see. But my only gripe is 5 and 4. Now, if you want, now I know Teddy may say 5 needs to be 3, but I'll let him fight that fight.
Listen, there is not a person on this planet other than you that would take Jalen Brunson over a 19-year-old in Boston. Okay, so that's that. And SGA, I asked it in the chat yesterday. Only Tay responded. I'm taking Tatum over SGA every time. You want to talk about best record and best seeding? My boy has had the best record and the best seed for about 2 weeks. Luca and Luca and Joker, I feel like they're in the right spot. You can possibly switch out Joker to 1, Luca to 2 because he's an incredible scorer. He doesn't really play that much defense, and I would put Tatum at 3. Right, it's very impressive at what SGA is doing with such a young team. Right, I get that, but if we want to go off of what everybody always says, oh, best team, best record, best seed, best player, that's Tatum. Like, it just hurts my heart that you put him at 5.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this, Teddy. All right, we gotta realize you gotta have the record and the statistics.
Mm-hmm.
What does Tatum does great in NBA? Now, no, we're not saying who's a better player. We're talking about their season. All right. What is Tatum dominating right now this season?
Score.
Scoring?
Yeah.
I mean, I know Jalen Brunson got more 30-point games than Tatum, more 40-point games than Tatum. He got more 50-point games than Tatum. All right. Also, y'all team so good, right? One thing that could get Tatum over the top is, can he bring y'all home in these close games? Guess what? He can't. Tatum is one of the worst clutch performers in the NBA this season. If you look at clutch, right? Best on the best team. In the clutch, Tatum is shooting 36%, which is worse on his team besides Peyton Pritchard. All the other starters are over 50% in the clutch, except for Drew Holiday, he's 47%. But what about everybody else? Jokic, 55% in the clutch. Brunson, 42% in the clutch. Luka, 45% in the clutch. SGA, 58%. Tatum, 36%. The man is 17 in PER. He's not even in the category. He's literally on this list because number 1 seed. He got the best team. So that's the only case you have of Tatum is he has the best team. That's it. When Derrick Rose won MVP with the best team, he had injuries. Joakim Noah missed most of the season. I forgot who else. They had multiple injuries that season, and they weren't even a favorite going in. Miami was a favorite. So the fact that they outdid Miami and got the number 1 seed, he got props for that. Celtics came into the season with all the expectations, and y'all lived up to the team expectations, but Tatum did not live up to his numbers actually went down from last year, and I'm supposed to give him MVP. Come on, man.
I'm not saying to give him MVP. I want him at 3.
3?
I'm saying to give him MVP.
Over SGA?
Yeah.
What?
I'm taking Tatum over SGA any day of the week.
I get you on that, but we talking about who had a better season. SGA had a better season than Tatum. He was a driving force of his team every game. Maybe because he had to. I mean, that's what happens when you have a great team like Tatum. It's hard to win MVP. It really is, unless you have to dominate. So he was a driving. The KD and Steph Warriors. Steph and KD never won MVP because they got a good. Their team was great. Now, when Steph won 73 and 9, he was dominant in that fashion. When they won all those games, he was dominant. Tatum is not dominant. Tatum is not topping nothing. I can't look at no statistics and say, "Oh, that's a Tatum stat." Not one. I can look at Brunson and be like, "Oh, that's a Brunson stat." I can look at Luka. That's a Luka stat. I can look at Jokic. I can look at SGA. But Tatum, he's literally up here because of team success.
I mean,
so SGA is the MVP to me because he took the youngest team who was in the play-in last year. We can remember that. They were in the matter of fact, they didn't make the playoffs. They were the 10th seed in the play-in. And he took them as a number 1 seed in the West. In the West, right? They got a winning record against Denver. I don't know about the Mavericks, but against Denver, they have a winning record against Denver, right? Against the best team in the West. And they're the youngest team that do it since 05. It's historic. And he had the most 30-point games this season since I think in history. Not in history, but in a long time. That's another historic stat right there. And like I said, how they ended the season, they were losing, and he came back and they won a 5-game win streak. and took the number 1 seed for Minnesota and Denver when they were the 3rd seed. So SGA is an MVP, y'all. Sorry.
My thing with the whole Tatum disrespect is everyone always bashed him. Like, oh, he takes too many crazy shots, all this, all that. And then they want to discredit his growth of the game. You know?
Tatum?
Yeah. Because he's matured. He's matured like at an extreme rate this year.
He has. My issue with Tatum is money time. Money time, playoffs. Like regular season, we ain't really.
Then he forces up shots. That's why he's shooting 36%.
So hold on. So it sounds like, because I seen a comment say it's Tatum hurts. They was trolling, but you say your problem with Tatum is what in the playoffs?
Well, in the playoff, or he big moments. I remember one big moment. He had 2. I guess.
Dak Prescott.
Oh no, he ain't Prescott. He got some moments. Oh,
Dak has some moments too. I'm just saying.
Ask Philly what his moment was. 50 point. 50 burger.
Yeah, I'm about to say he dropped a 50 burger against Philly, and he dropped like 46 against Milwaukee in Game 6. Those are his 2 best games he had in the
quarterback retire, one of the GOATs. I'm just saying.
But I also remember right after he did what he did against Philly, he won the first 3 games by taking a field goal and making the field goal in the 4th quarter.
That's fine. And then when the team needed him the most, he came back to force a Game 7, and then he got hurt.
I know, man. I had a jersey on that, so kind of mad about that. But but yeah, and then the dress calf, man. Calf.
He going up, man.
What did SGA do in those games for them to what? It's a Westbrook jump. What? I just hit my on the wall. What? What did he do? Are you serious, bro? What did he do?
He got more.
Didn't I just say he had the most? Huh?
He got a lot of comments, but go ahead and reply to that first.
SGA 3-1 get the Nuggets, 3-1 get the Mavs. Okay, but the Mavs the 5th, bro. You the 5th seed, bro. I'm sorry. Up your seeding. I'm sorry. Why aren't you the 5th? Kevin, how about this? Why are y'all the 5th seed? Answer that for me, please. Why are y'all the 5th seed? I want to know that because why are y'all the 5th seed? Just answer that for me. And what did SGA do? He led it. He had like how many 30-point games he had in a row? He literally was a driving force of that team. And when he walked off, and Luka is too, I get you, but I'm sorry, Luka, you gotta have a better seeding. You got all these stats and stuff, but you gotta win more in the regular season. I told you if Luka was a number 3 seed, not even number 1, he would have won MVP because his numbers are ridiculous. But he's not. He's a 5th. You don't even have home court advantage in the playoffs. Once again, 2 players I remember that won MVP below the 4 seed, like below the 3 seed for real. It was Jokic and Westbrook. Westbrook won it because he averaged a triple-double. Nobody has done that since the Oscar Robertson days. Jokic won it because it was the COVID year. James Harden was gonna win. He didn't play enough. He had a little Houston thing when he left. He tanked, went to Houston. People didn't like that, and he didn't play enough games. LeBron could have won it. He ain't play enough games. And B could have won it. He ain't play enough games. Then they was like, "Who's next in line?" Oh, it's Jokic. Okay, we're gonna give it to Jokic. Literally, that's what happened that year. But outside of that, you had to be a top 3 seed to be an MVP. I'm sorry. And you had a chance to get a higher seed, and you set out. Oh, Joe, we rested for the playoffs. My bad. You violated the playoffs more than MVP. I commend you for that. But you lost the MVP because of that. I'm sorry. You can't have both ways. Like, I'm sorry. So it is what it is, man. Fact. That's what I just said. Jokic won because Embiid and LeBron and James Harden didn't play enough games. James Harden when he got to the Nets, he was cooking. He could have won MVP too.
He was on the tear.
But Jokic had to win because he played 82 games when COVID season, when everybody missing time. He played 82 games, bro. He was the only one that did that. Like that meant a lot that year. So I'm sorry, Teddy. Tatum is number 5. I had him higher. You know that. I had him higher, but
he could be 4.
Nah, Jalen Brunson is 4. Jalen Brunson had a better season than Tatum.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. He would have
had the number 1 seed if he had the better.
No, Tatum had a better team success. I'm talking about individually. He had a better season because what he had to work with, and they still got to the number 2 seed.
I see what you're saying, but if you take Tatum off that team, They're not a number one.
If you take Tatum on the team, take Brunson on the team, the Knicks are not even making the playoffs. The Boston Celtics might even still be a top 2 seed. You take Tatum out.
I ain't going top 2.
Top 2, top 3, minimum. They not falling past 3. You take Tatum out.
I don't know, Joe.
I don't know,
Joe.
No, I don't know.
They might be like they might be down there with Orlando.
Go ahead.
Joe, we've seen what they look like when Tatum is not even like 50%.
Right? Okay, how about this?
Jaylen Brown. You take Tatum out and you have Jaylen Brown be the main focus of the offense. Looks like crap. It's terrible. It's really bad. I'm with Tomo on that one. They'll probably be like a 5-6 seed without Tatum on that team.
I'm just saying
5-6 seed, and the Knicks ain't even in the play-in without Brunson. With all these injuries they had, come on, man. They died, but Brunson literally put them on his back. He had to drop, bro. In the last game of the season, when they get the second seed, he had to drop 40.
How many shots did he take?
Yes, he had to. Yes, get the job done. I love that. I don't care about your percentage. If your percentage is good, that's better. But
the way that you're knocking Jason Tatum is his shooting percentage in the clutch.
In the clutch.
Come on,
in the clutch, Teddy. I'm talking about in the clutch. Brunson percentage in the clutch is higher than Tatum's.
I mean,
we're talking about the clutch. I ain't bringing nothing about regular field goal percentage with Tatum. I'm talking about in the clutch. Like you got the best team, so we expect you to win. But when the game gets grimy, can your guy show up? And he hasn't. He hasn't. Like at least if he was one of the best clutch players, I could have been like, y'all keep saying that he got the best team, but he's winning these games for them. I can't even say that. Bro. I can't even say that. Like I can't say that. So if you take Tatum out, so that's why the team success, yes, the Celtics were better than the Knicks. But Jalen Brunson had a better season than Jason Tatum this year. He had a better season. Jalen Brunson has been, outside of Joel Embiid, has been the best player in the East this year.
I see what you're saying. Then I'm not mad at it, but I'm here for the debate. So I got Tatum at 4 and I got Brunson at 5. I'm sorry. And I like what Brunson has done for the Knicks, but no. Y'all giving Tatum that Purdy treatment, bro. It's like, well, if his team wasn't so good.
No. Purdy led a league in statistical categories. don't compare him to Purdy. Purdy was leading in passing yards. He was leading in completion percentage.
Joe, you were on the Purdy wave. I'm talking about everybody else who was like, Purdy has this, and this, and this is why his stats are good.
It's still different. You know what's still different? They were saying Purdy's stats were good because of this. Now, if you Tatum ain't now Tatum is not getting killed for his stats. He's not getting killed. He's literally getting rewarded. Like he's on here because he's got the best record. If they didn't win, they were number 2 seed. He wouldn't be top 5. He wouldn't even be top 5 if he was number 2 seed. I wouldn't even put him on the top 5. I'll put Anthony Edwards in there over him if he was in top 5.
But you're talking about a team that just had to play the Bulls to the last minute to even get a 2 seed, and you put him at 4.
But they get a 2. The Bulls don't even matter.
No. The Knicks had to play the Bulls just to get the 2 seed.
Yeah,
fight tooth and nail. You talking about a guy's team who was spanking everybody from day one.
Team. Yeah, it's a guy's team. But
without him on that team, they wouldn't have this record.
The Celtics are 7-1 without Tatum this year. Man, get that out of here. 7-1 without Tatum this year.
7-1.
Yes,
in 82 games.
Who they play? They play Sacramento. Bro, y'all beat us with the backups, bro. Come on, now. Yeah. Look, this is how good that team was. They took the starters out for the whole 4th quarter and still won. That's crazy. And we had our starters in the whole game.
Let's go.
That was insane. We watched that live. That was crazy.
That was crazy. All right, that was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy. Wow, they you know what? It's some bad teams up here. I get that to you.
Exactly. He was resting.
Some bad teams. Woo, for some bad teams. God.
Now look at the record without Jaylen Brown and check out the teams that we played because we're undefeated without Jaylen Brown.
But how many games? Okay, like, bro, I'm sorry, bro. That Celtics team is too good. But now without Tatum, Boston, that Celtics team is too good. I can't believe y'all saying trying to compare the New York Knicks without Brunson. What? You just said with Brunson dropping a 40 piece against the Bulls, they made a 2 seed. If Brunson was not there this year, that team is in a lottery. That team's in a lottery right now. But without Tatum, they still a playoff team.
The East. We never faulted you for that one, though, Joe. We said that the Celtics are a playoff team without Tatum. We're not saying they have what I'm saying is they don't have the best record in the NBA. They're not the number 1 seed in the East without him.
I never said that they were, but you gotta have statistics also. He don't have that. He's not dominant in no statistic. None. Not one. Sorry. Case closed. He does not. So we supposed to just make him number 1 because he got the best record? Not number one. Number 1. We should put him over Brunson only because he got a better record than him? Really?
That's one of the factors. Yes.
One. But that Celtics team was favorite. Everybody expected Celtics. In my opinion, they should have won more games than 64. They are that good. They got clearly the best team in the NBA.
We were chilling for the last 2 weeks. Like
I said. The best. And that hurt the MVP cases. I just told y'all Luka hurt his by sitting 2 games.
So you got I'll let you.
Come on now, like
I ain't Teddy.
That's how good, Tom. They are so good.
You was fighting back, Teddy. Once you said that, and I was like, you gonna hit for the 3rd time. You gonna say something?
That's how good they are, Tom. They sat for 2 weeks, bro. Payton Pritchard. That man averaged 30 the last 2 games. Come on. Y'all talking about they ain't got no team? Man was average, and they still come on, man.
But does he have
too good?
Because of him, though, Joe.
Payton Pritchard dropped 30 twice, and they won both of them games.
But does he have?
I ain't gonna sit up and go ahead. Would you say
that? What?
But does he have a defensive bag? That's a real question.
see, I said I gotta join the chat. I gotta join the chat. But look, enough for the Celtics, man. It's game time. It's game time, baby. It's game time. Yeah, I know. I said they played bad teams. They played the Pistons twice too. Woo. They played Toronto, Charlotte. They played all the